Hello, Welling Springs Middle School. Welcome to our camp. First Sergeant Terry Plunkett with the 7th Tennessee. We fought here in the East Coast for the whole war. There were 3 units that came out of Tennessee. The 1st, the 7th, and the 13th all came out of Tennessee to help fight the Federals that were invading the South at the time. Those 3 units continued here throughout the war. So we were in the Eastern Theater the whole war. Some of the units that came with us, other regiments, they were sent back to Tennessee to help defend the home state. We stayed. So we've been pretty much on the march for those 4 years. What you're seeing that I'm wearing right now is a uniform that's made with a cotton and a wool blend. There's a couple different things that I'm wearing on here, leathers that I'm wearing. I got a waist belt. That waist belt has my cap box, so I'm gonna have my percussion caps in there. I don't have any percussion caps in it right now, but we're getting ready to fill them up so we can get replenished to go out to battle again. Of course, they're going to be placed on the rifle. I'll show you where those percussion caps go. This leather box here is going to carry my rounds, my rifle rounds in there. I don't know if Mark had shown you guys any of the rounds that we carry. We can get a couple of those over here. And I'll show you what they look like. So it's just a paper cartridge with powder in it, and they had a projectile in there, a bullet, which we don't carry the bullets, just the powder, just for demonstration. Haversack. Haversack was pretty much had all the personal items in it that the soldier would carry. See what I got in mind. Of course, coming out of the winter months, I got a pair of gloves in here. I've got a few items in a bag here, some personal items. I've got some matches in here. Always got to have those. I've got a comb in here. Even though I'm losing my hair, I still need to carry a comb with me to get pretty for the ladies. Got a little bit of a housewife here. You saw those in one of the other pieces of this film. But, we have ours in here. Some patches, some needles, thread. There's another housewife here. This got some more items in it. Again, it was essential to keep our clothing put together, so we would have to totally sew patches where the holes would become in our knees and in our elbows, put buttons back on. I've got a small pocket knife in here that always comes in handy. Because I'm first sergeant, there's a lot of times I have to make reports, so I have a wooden pencil. That pretty much does it. Got a wooden nickel. Not that it's going to buy me much, but I got the wooden nickel. So we'll go to the rifles here. What you're seeing here, the majority of them are imported from England. They're called the British Enfield. There were 1 million of these types of rifles that were purchased by the Federal Army, and there was probably 5 to 10 million of them that were purchased over the course of the war by the Confederate Army. One of the problems was trying to get those armaments into the country, because by mid-war, the Federal armies with the bigger navies would have blockades, and they would intercept the ships coming over from England, so that kept a lot of the arms from getting in the hands of the Confederate soldier. This Enfield rifle here, these are all reproductions, so they're made to the specs of the rifle back in the day. It has a bayonet on the end of it. This is removable. And the way the tactics started out to be, this came in handy at close combat. But because of the innovation of the rifle musket, the rifle was now much more potent and it could kill at a longer distance. Its predecessor had a smooth bore and a round ball that would come out and just kind of lob. It could kill you, but it couldn't reach the distances that the rifle barrel had. So along with the rifle barrel, they changed the ball, the round ball, to a more conical shape. So it's more like a football. So when it came out and it was spinning, it could fly farther and more accurate. So the bayonet was losing its reasoning that it was even carried. And in a lot of cases, over the course of the war, they were just pitched. They were no longer needed. You would see some of the camps where they would use them for candlesticks. They put a candle in the end, stab it in the ground. They would bend them. They'd bend the tips and use them for pot holders to pick up hot pots off the campfires. So its initial use was going away, and they were utilizing it for other things that were more readily needed. So we're putting them to use by stacking them, and that's what you're seeing here. These firearms are stacked. That keeps them up off the ground. It keeps the moisture out of them. So once we have them broke out in the mornings to do our drill, we'll hold them out there in case there's any attacks by the Federals. So they're ready to go, and we can get right in line to start battle. These are